So what's up, YouTube family? It's the one and only Terry D, the motivational speaker. And man, let's get to this part 2 of the support and resistance and the moving averages, okay? So let me show you how powerful these are. Now, before I get started, remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave comments on what you want me to talk about, all right? But anyways, I want to keep in mind, I am doing this analysis the week of the election, so the market's been kind of crazy. So I might actually go back a little bit further last week or the week before to explain the support and resistance and then the moving averages. But without further ado, let's get to this market, okay? So as you guys can tell, this demo account is at $81. So man, I've been practicing. I've been getting cooked like nobody's business, man. But you know, it happens. So let me go over here and show you guys the power of this 20 EMA and the support and resistance zone. Okay, so as you guys can tell, okay, this at the top. Remember in the first video, this at the top. It's my resistant zone. This is where it retested. So you got one touch, then you had a touch here, and then it drops, okay? And once the candlesticks are beneath the moving averages, then you know it's really gonna drop. And another thing to keep in mind, do you see my 20 EMA? My 20 EMA is this red line here, okay? So once that 20 EMA crossed to 50, and then that crossed to 200, oh man, you knew to sell. You need to ride that puppy down to support. How did I know this? How did I know this was a support zone, you ask? Well, let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, let me actually fix this for you. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Zoom this out a little bit. Okay, so can you guys see that? Let me zoom back in. So you see there's a touch, right? You see these touches right here? Do a straight line across, and this would be a support zone, okay? This is how I knew to draw my lines here, okay? Just like this one at the bottom, this would be a support zone. Let me actually move this one down a little bit. Move this one down a little bit. Okay. Anyways, I knew this was a support zone because of the touches and the rejections, okay? So when it touched here, on this side, it actually broke and shot down. But on this side, when it touched, it tried to come down, it rejected, and then it shot back up to the resistance zone, which this would be considered a zone as well, but shot back down and then it shot back up, okay? But the support and resistance is so important, and it's really important if you're using the H4 or the H1. Now, if you're using the M15, it's really kind of hard to use because you see those touches quite frequently, but when you're doing the H4, you see them, you know, every other day or maybe later during a week, okay? But looking at the support and resistance right now, at this right here, so you guys can tell, so it's shot down, right? So started with the moving averages. The moving averages shot, or it crossed to 50, and then it crossed to 200. Guys, whenever you see the 20 EMA cross to 50, be looking to sell, okay? Maybe only catch, maybe, let's see. Maybe only caught, let's see. So once you start to see this happen, I would have caught about a good 30, 40 pips, okay? But then whenever this 20 crossed to 200, man. So it crossed to 50 already, but then it crossed to 200. So whenever the 20 crosses both moving average, this is the 20 exponential moving average. When it crossed, you knew you was in a game, okay? And then going back to support, you say, okay, there was a touch back here September 25th or 26th and that. So I'm thinking this is shooting down to its support zone, okay? You honestly couldn't call this support as well, okay? Because you see it rejected and shot back up, okay? So another thing to keep in mind when you are using resistance and support is you're looking for the rejection. So you see how it shot down here, and then it was kind of stagnant, and then it shot back up. So it pretty much rejected. It kept trying to push down, but it just couldn't. and it shot back up. Okay, that's how you knew this was a support zone. But me being the trader that I am, I said it's shooting back down to the 116. And another reason why I know this about Euro, because I've been watching Euro USD for like 3-4 months now. It is so key to pick your favorite pair, learn it, study it, and watch it. And I promise you, once you pick your favorite pair, learn it, watch it, and study it, you already know what it's doing. You see the zones that it's touching. You see the price action. You see everything that you need to see. Okay, so when you're using the 20 exponential moving average, the 50 moving average, or the 200 moving average, guys, what you're looking for is, you see I have my 200 here, which is my simple. And you see how both moving averages at this point has crossed the 200, okay? That lets you know that Euro USD is about to drop, okay? You see you got the little gap here, so that lets you know it's about to drop. Whenever it comes back up and touch it and try to touch it, it's trying to break the moving average. If it doesn't break the moving average, then it's going to continue down, okay? So like I said in my other videos, the moving averages, sometimes it's like when you're running a track meet, okay? When you're running on a track, right, you're trying not to step outside the line, okay? It might touch it just a little bit, but get back in the line so it doesn't get disqualified, okay? Every time you've seen that happen, it dropped back down. So see here, it tried to push up and then it dropped, and it kept dropping. And then it says, well, I got to come back and touch these moving averages again. So let me go ahead and try to push back up. And it tried to, and then it dropped, okay? And then it finally closed above, okay? Finally closed above. So whenever you start to see this happen, honestly, guys, I would have got out probably once it broke this support line here, okay? Okay, like I said, again, how did I know it was support line? Because I seen a touch over here and a touch over here, okay? So once I would have seen this broke this support line, I'll probably be looking to get out, because there's no way you know exactly how long it's going to push down, okay? And obviously, probably got a little bit, I would have got out too early, but that's okay, guys. Can't be greedy, okay? Once you would have seen this candlestick reject here and not shoot above the moving average, you would have knew to sell, and you would have caught about, say, 50 pips. Then as soon as I see it touching support, I would have got out. And the reason why you get out whenever it's touching the support zone is because sometimes once you touch support, it shoots back up, okay? Now, sometimes it happens after a blow past support, and sometimes it happens right after it touches support. It just depends on the market. That's just the way the market is, okay? So like example here, it shot beneath the support zone. Obviously, if you're a new trader, you're like, oh, well, let me go ahead and stay in on my sell, place another sell. No, it's dangerous territory right here because it's shooting back down to another support zone. Yes, you probably would have caught another 20 to 30 pips, but right now you're just guessing, right? You're trying to see what it's going to do. You're trying to see how far is it going to shoot underneath the support zone. And as you guys can tell, it shot back up, okay? And this is the period separated. So this was last week. So last week, it shot through the support zone on Friday, and then the market closed. So that's another reason why I would have gotten out when I would have seen this happen. Once I would have seen it break the support zone, I would have got out of my sell, okay? And then as you can tell, it opened up the week. It was underneath the support zone. And then what did it start doing? It started shooting back up to try to come back to this resistance zone. And what it does, guys, normally it push up, it retrace, and then it push up again. So what the candlesticks are trying to do is they're trying to get above these moving averages, okay? Anytime you see these moving averages stuck like this, okay, between the candlesticks, you don't trade it. You're looking for a gap, okay? You're looking for it. You're looking for a gap, or you're looking for a two touch. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. So talking about when it breaks the moving average. So you see how it closed and broke this moving average here? That would have been a good time to place a sell and to see if it's going to break the 50 moving average. Obviously, it didn't, so you probably would have got out as soon as you seen this little retracement before it shot back up and shot back up to the resistance zone, okay? Then once you touch this resistance zone, what did it do? It shot back down all the way to support, okay? So support and resistance, you're looking for touches. You're looking for 1 to 2 touches, sometimes 3, 4 touches. And realistically, guys, you can just looking for the price action. I mean, you got 1, 2, so 3, 4 touches in this zone right here. So this will be a support zone. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got another support zone. Okay, you're looking for those touches. Same thing here. Okay, touch, touch, touch. This would potentially be a touch and then shot down. So what the market likes to do is, since the moving averages has already crossed, okay, what the market likes to do is it tries to scare traders and make you think that it's going to shoot back up to the resistance zone, which it could happen. But one thing to keep in mind when you're trading, especially since this week is election week, the market is very volatile and the news will have a very big impact on what it does. So me personally, I think this is why you see it stuck between the moving averages. It is blowing people's account left and right. I'm a part of like 3 groups, and a lot of people are saying they're losing money. I also had one of my students reach out to me saying that she was losing money. So note that whenever it is the presidential election time, do not trade, okay? Pay attention to the news as much as you can, and keep in mind it's also NFP week, okay? So this is impactful news week all across the board. So I personally did not trade this week. I recommend that you do the same, okay? But support and resistance, you're looking for 1, 2 to maybe even 3 touches, okay? Typically, whenever you get those touches, in the resistance, right, it's going to shoot back down, okay, and try to retest. Now, if it breaks that resistance zones, then you're looking for another resistance zone, which would be on Euro USD, which would be right here, where you got 1 touch, 2 touch, okay? So that's how it works. That's how support and resistance works. That's how moving averages work. You're looking for gaps. So you look here, see how this 200 right here? I typically tell people when it comes to the 200 moving average, the reason why I love the 200 simple moving average is because anytime you see the candlestick above the 200 moving averages, you have an upward trend. Anytime you see the candlesticks below the 200 moving average, you have a downward trend. As you guys can tell, this confirms what I'm saying. And you see the gap here, right? And it's touching the 20, and it's respecting it like nobody's business. And it finally broke. So once it breaks the 20, it normally breaks to 50 and tried to test that 200. And as you guys can tell, it shot down a little bit. Try to do it again. Shot down a little bit, and then it finally broke, and now it's back above the 200 moving average. So you probably would have been good on some buys, but then obviously it rejected back down. Okay. So I know that was a lot of information. I'll talk kind of fast, but if you guys want more information on how to do support and resistance, how to do the moving averages, click the link below. You can join the team. I have a special going on right now, guys. It's really cheap. I'm giving my group away for 60 days for free up until New Year's Eve. Okay, so take advantage of this opportunity. Hopefully you learned something from watching this video. And other than that, like I always say, remember to put God first, and everything else will work itself out. Peace.